And now, three-minute modernists. Three-minute modernists. Three-minute modernists. With Christopher J. Garcia.
Infographics have been around pretty much forever. The idea that you represent data with a recognizable image that you can then relate externally, that's old. We're talking ancient Egypt old. Perhaps even pre-organized language writing old. Things like pie charts absolutely fall into that category. But we've seen evolutions of that happen. Made possible by a number of different things. One, of course, the growth of graphic design, allowing different things to represent data. Of course, programs like Illustrator and other mathematical programs have actually very much made that also possible. But only recently have we seen the idea of data art. And Phoenix Data Art's work that looks at space dogs is absolutely incredible, and one of the best examples of this you will ever see, and 100% deserves to transcend this idea of infographic to actual artwork. Using the data from a book, The Story of the Soviet Space Dogs, Phoenix has managed to take concepts and illustrate them in very clear, very solid terms. So you see things like the name of the dog, both in the Russian spelling, the Cyrillic, and the English. You see whether or not the dog lived, because against most people's belief, 100%, a lot of the space dogs lived. A lot died, but many lived. You see how high they went, represented by a little swooping triangle shape. You see the name of the mission. See how long it lasted. All these ideas that are represented visually. And at once when you look at it, what you're seeing is not only a timeline, but an interconnection between ideas, interconnection between names. It's a chronology at the same time as being almost a data reliquary. The ideas, when you take them individually, are information. But when you see them all laid out, it becomes a story. It gives you a way to enter into not only one concept, one time, but how they all relate. And this is 100% when you fold in information with artistic representation and just flat out beautiful design. I think you've transcended out of the simple, we are trying to pass on this information to you, to we are trying to get an effect out of you. Now what that effect is to each of us different. And I think this is what determines to me whether or not it's a work of art. If you can look at it and say, look at all those dogs that died. Or you could also look at it as, I had no idea there were so many dogs. Or the one that I actually feel the most is, there's so much more here than I expected. All of these are valid takes. And I think Phoenix Data Art's work is only going to become more prevalent and get more attention deservedly. And 100% of the sales of the print that were done are going to go to helping Ukrainian dogs, Ukrainian rescue dogs. And that's just wonderful.